Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varisthaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Master to M. Can a man ever understand God's ways? I too think of God sometimes as good, sometimes as bad. He has kept us deluded by his great illusion. Sometimes he wakes us up and sometimes he keeps us unconscious. One moment of ignorance disappears. One moment the ignorance disappears and the next moment it covers our mind. If you throw a big bat into a pond covered with moss, you get a glimpse of water. But a few moments later, the moss comes dancing back and covers the water. One is aware of pleasure and pain, birth and death, disease and grief, as long as one is identified with the body. All these belong to body alone and not to the soul. After the death of the body, perhaps God carries one to a better place. It is like the birth of a child after the pain of delivery. After attaining self-knowledge, one looks upon pleasure, pain, birth, death as a dream. One is aware of pleasure and pain, birth and death, disease and grief as long as one is identified with body. The identification with body, the whole thing, from the moment we wake up from sleep every day in the morning, we see this world. We see this world just because with the waking I identify with this body. I see a dream world in dream just because I identify with the dream body in a dream. If I don't identify with the dream body, dream world is not there. And when I experience also, dream world is not there. It's mind playing and I am participating and taking it to be real. Because of my identification with one of the creation of the mind. Similarly is this world. This world that we are seeing, because I am identifying with this body, I am seeing this world. Detach, the world is not there, including my body. Either enter into sleep, enter into coma state, enter into any unconscious state, or when you are given anesthesia. World is not there, neither the body. So, how to decide whether it's real or unreal? What am I seeing? Just like in dream, am I seeing this? Because dream, I am seeing a similar world which is not there when I saw also. I experienced it. Like that I am experiencing this. When I woke up, the dream was not there and it was not there when I was experiencing also. Is this like that? Is there a waking state higher than this, entering which I will know this to be dream? Yes. Know yourself independent of body. The moment you dissociate from body by any means consciously, you enter into another state of higher reality. from where, coming back to the same world, you will understand it was all play of God. Just like dream world was the dream of my mind, this is of a cosmic mind with which a cosmic consciousness is identified. Dream world is there because mind creates a dream world, and behind mind something is conscious. I am there. My consciousness is there behind the. Some consciousness must be there even to create a dream world. Otherwise, if consciousness is there, neither the dream world will be there nor any identity will be there. So my consciousness stands behind my mind. So mind is playing all the game. It gains by its own nature a power to manifest a dream world. So also this cosmic being behind, the cosmic being is Ishvara. Behind this energy, something we may say cosmic mind. The cosmic mind is there, it is creating this world. And I identify with one of its creation, the body, and I see this world. If I can de-identify myself with the body and be conscious at the same time of myself, independent of body, then I will see, oh, that cosmic consciousness, the Ishvara is there behind this world. He is real. It is His reality that is making all this appear real. Mind is real, so the mind created world is looking real. Mirror is real, so image that is created in mirror is looking real. The reality of the image, it has borrowed from the mirror. The dream world has borrowed its existence from the mind which is real. This world has got its reality from the reality that stands behind this universe, the Ishvara. Ishvara, He has the power to create, make a world appear. And as long as you are not realized God, till then this world remains like this. You will be moving from one door to the another door, from one body to the another body, from one world to the another world. You go on transmigrating. Once you realize God, Shriram, one is aware of pain and pleasure, birth and death, disease and grief, as long as one is identified with the body. All these belong to body alone and not to the soul. After this is not to the soul. I am seeing this pain is there. When I sleep, it is not there for me. It is still continuing in the body. Pain is here in my hand. If I sleep, I don't experience that. It is the pain in the body I am experiencing because of my identification waking state. In sleep, I don't identify. So I don't experience the pain. When I am given anesthesia, I don't identify. Identification with body is detached. If they cut into pieces also, I will not know. So my identification with the body is, this belongs to birth, death, everything belongs to body, and my identification. How does this identification came? Because of my karmic load. Action and reaction with a body entering in, holding on to a body, you did some karma, action. You have to reap the reaction because you are in the realm of time, space and causation. Because this is a law. I am in the realm, place, a dimension in which a law is applicable. What is that law? cause and effect. Whatever is there, in whatever state it is there, behind it there is a definite cause. This stool is here, this chair is here, I am here, behind this, everything, there is a definite cause which has caused all this to be like this. And every cause becomes an effect. There is a law of cause and effect. Karya Karana Bhava. Every Karana gives birth to a Karya. Every cause gives birth to a effect. So behind every effect, there is a definite and clear cause. This is the law. So you have done something, you have to reap its fruit. That's why the bodily existence is given to you by nature. And this body has 3 layers, the gross, subtle and causal. And your Chaitanic existence, independent of the 3, are bound by the nature. And these bonds are called Granthis. My Chaitanic existence, my pure spiritual existence is bound to the physical body. That knot is called Brahma Granthi. My pure spiritual existence as spirit is bound to my subtle body, and it's called Vishnu Granthi. My spiritual existence bound to the causal body creates another bond we call Rudra Granthi. 3 bonds are there. Together we call Chit Jada Granthi. Chit and Jada, 3 Jadas. And by these 3 bodies, I am passing through these 3 states of existence: Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. I am pervading all. I come to Jagrat Avastha, leaving my physical body and pervading the other 2. I am in dream state, leaving the subtle body, mind and senses also. I am identified with the causal body. I am in deep sleep. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. So this identification is causing all this, and it is to the body alone and not to the spirit within. The whole of Bhagavad Gita, the first thing Sri Krishna begins when the Arjuna is in despondency, affected tremendously by the grief that all his kith and kin are going to be killed. So at that time, first knowledge that he gives to Arjuna is, oh, you are an Atman. What will kill anybody? Every soul you see here, every warrior you are seeing only body and weeping. There is a consciousness within which is not going to be killed. Body may fall, body takes birth, body dies one day. So it begins with this knowledge, because no other argument can stand in front of a person who has entered into despondency. So here we see it is only for the body and not to the soul. Soul, not the soul of the Western philosophy. When we in Western context, when we say soul, it is other than body. But it is, we have 3 bodies: Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, gross, subtle and causal. Independent of these 3 bodies, physical body, mind and senses, and the causal body, the hardware, the software, and the memory unit. Beyond this, the real existence, spiritual existence, the spirit and matter, all the including body-mind complex, the whole body-mind complex is matter, including mind. In Western concept, other than body, what all exists, like mind, senses, and all these are ego, and all these are considered as soul, because they have not entered yet into the transcendental realm of the unchanging eternal reality. So the body and soul means body and the rest of the existence. When we say in Indian context, in Hindu context, when we say soul, we write with capital S. And this capital S, soul, refers to the spiritual existence in man, the divinity in man, independent of the body, mind and senses, and the storage, ignorance covering the soul, in which all my knowledge, everything goes and stays when I enter into deep sleep. So these three bodies, excluding my spiritual existence, is called the soul, S capital. And not to the soul. After death of the body, perhaps God carries one to a better place. We are moving from lower truth to higher truth constantly. When we say, I am going to school as a boy, I am totally body. We go on changing. If within the range of body-mind complex, I identify with each one. When I say I am writing, I am identifying with the hand, which is karmendriya. When I say I am going, I identify with the whole of my bodily existence. When I say I think, then I am identifying with the mind. Oh, I can solve this problem. I am identifying with the intellect. So the I is shifting from body to various. I feel lonely. Is identifying with the feeling heart. So each time I identify with something and tell everything, talk everything. But we don't know what is that I, what we do mean by I. So here Sri Ramakrishna is telling that soul, after death of the body, God perhaps carries one to a better place. So when I say I eat, I refer grossly to bodily existence. Then after spiritual awakening, when I say I can no more say I am eating, because after spiritual existence I am independent of body. I identify with the subtle body and causal body, the inner, never with the physical body again. So when I say I am eating, it becomes a false, because I am not body at that time after spiritual awakening. So I feed the body actually, like feeding a child, but for the sake of other people to understand, I say I eat, I have taken my food. It is just, but in the heart of heart he knows he has not taken food, he has fed the body. Just like I am putting gas or the petrol for my vehicle. So much independent of my existence is my body at that time. So one by one I am transcending. When I enter into higher level of consciousness, when I get the vision of God in transcendental realm, after spiritual awakening, then my reality again changes. When I enter Anandamaya Kosha, I cannot identify with the body and mind and senses also. So I cannot say I think. I can't think. The thinking has gone to, just like I left my body, I am separating from the subtle body also. I think, I calculate, all this becomes a false, because I am in the Anandamaya Kosha, identifying with the Ananda. So we are moving from lower truth to higher truth. God may take us perhaps to a better place where I will have a better life. We have to have graded way of going. It is like, means why Sri Ramakrishna is telling is after death of the body, perhaps God carries one to a better place. In the normal course, God doesn't interfere. Nature is to take care of everything, cause and effect, everything. Even if a person prays and weeps in the front of God for something material world, it is Prakriti, the nature, that answers his prayers. When a person enters into a relationship with God, immediately God has to interfere into. Or in ecstatic love of God, he forgets his body. God has to take care of him. God has to interfere in his life. Till we love God intimately, that I am able to forget my all things in love of God, or I have entered into a definite, clear, permanent relationship with God, like Meera with Krishna, and so all saints had a definite relationship with God. So like that, if I enter, or like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his disciples, his followers, if I am in ecstatic state, love of God, where I have forgotten myself, when our Brahmanaji Maharaj, as Rakhal, used to come to Sri Ramakrishna, Bhavanath, all these used to lose their external consciousness in singing the name of God, in thinking of the God. So in those states, how it would be, you see. So here it is like may carry, why Sri Ramakrishna is telling is after death, God may carry, because God, you might have given yourself to God in love or in relationship. God has to interfere into you. To the extent at least you are loving God, to that extent at least God has to interfere. Because wherever there is no love, there is no relationship with God, your independent ego is there, and that ego is taking care. When ego is there, God cannot interfere. Nature takes care of the, according to karmic load, she goes on giving you fruit. That's why we again and again insist on work and service, as much of sadhana, intensify the work and the, because otherwise a part remains unreal. Unreal means ego is there in sadhana also. I am going to sit for meditation now. I will go here and spend the whole night today. All these things. I will spend 2 hours in night. I is there. So the sadhana becomes slowly into work, like giving the nature, giving the fruit of it. So to become that action, to become every action of yours in sadhana, sitting and meditating, though it is good ripe ego stands. When you start working outside for the others in the society, when you start working for a community, when you start working for God in any temple, anywhere, then this, your sadhana gets reality. Because here you are sacrificing ego. Serving others is sacrifice of ego. Immediately, a little difference of opinion, it makes you shrink. Then you will know ego is there. Ego's purification takes place in the external world. Each time you get hurt by others, know that there is ego within. Nature is training you. Surrender, immediately surrender the ego. Then you'll climb to, then your sadhana becomes real. The purification of ego takes place in the field of activities. When you mix with the people, when you move about, when you work about, all ego will come. And each time it comes, I start shouting at others or run away from others. Only two, flee or fight. So this tendency will go away. Oh, how did I get hurt? I have got that ego. I surrender. Each time I am hurt, I understand, oh, it is ego that is getting hurt. I cannot get hurt. I am Atma Swarupa. I am child of God. That ego purification and reality of your sadhana to get the fruit happens through the working with others and moving with others. When the first phase of this is totally over, you are not getting affected by anything anywhere in the external world. At gross physical level, you are ready for entering into ekanta to practice the higher practices of. Otherwise, it will bring a karmic load and karmic fruit. Without working in the with people, without being one with the people externally, you will be dreaming of attaining God through sadhana. You may spend lives after lives in a cave, but you will not realize God. Because God is there, standing in front of you physically, actually, as this world and as beings. Rejecting that, if you go and sit a imaginary God in the mind, how can you reach it? So purification must happen when you become totally indifferent, not exactly indifferent, unaffected by the external world. You are not, somebody scolding you, somebody correcting you, somebody revolting to you, somebody expressing intolerance. Nothing affects you. Somebody tempting you with so many things will not affect you. Then you are safe and you are fit to enter into ekanta. Otherwise, all these defects will remain within you and never get corrected. You feel, I am doing great things now. I am meditating on God, this, that and all. After 20 years of living in a cave, when you come out, you are the same person. Because other defects were also in dormant state. With whom will you fight in the forest or in a cave when nobody else is there? So when you hide, when you separate, nobody is there. So the defects will remain as they are. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.